Hey guys, happy Friday and welcome back to class. I hope everyone had a really good week and that you're ready for some new learning. So hopefully you have your pencil and paper in front of you because we will be starting this week, just like every other week, with our spelling words. So to review our spelling words from last week, if you remember, we did the R blend family. So our spelling words from last week were tree, brush, frog, drink, pretty, and crane. So those were our words from last week. This week we're going to move on to something new. We are going to look at the two sounds of the letter C. So the letter C, we normally say letter C has k, 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 says k, but it does in fact have two sounds. It says k and it says s, kind of like an S sound. So we call them hard C and soft C. So hard C is the C that says k, 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 and soft C is the C that says s. More words have the hard C sound than the soft C sound, but there are still quite a few that do have the soft C sound. So we're going to do a quick review of those. So for hard C, some examples that we have are the word cookie, cat, crayon, can, cucumber, and cup. And then for our soft C words, we have the word celery. See, starts with a C. It's a little tricky because you'd think it would say calorie, but it says celery. Cereal, centipede, center, circus, and cymbal. A cymbal is in music. The things that you crash together go psh, make that sound. So it is okay if you thought these words all started with S, because as you're learning to read and write, most people would think they start with S. It's not until you kind of learn these tricks, these phonics tricks that Miss Herman's been teaching you, that you learn how to actually spell them. But when you come across a word in your reading that starts with a C, you could try reading the word in both ways. So you could say, is it calorie? Is calorie a word? What about celery? Is celery a word? Yes, it is. So when in doubt, if you don't know how to say it, just try the two different sounds with hard C and soft C, and then you should be able to read the word. Okay, friends? So that was what we're going to learn for phonics this week, and our new spelling words are coming from this lesson. So our new spelling words for the week, let me just erase this board. I can put them up. Grade 1s and 2s, I want to say thank you again for some of the awesome work that you guys have been sending me in email. You are all doing so well, and your EPIC scores are awesome. You guys are doing excellent, and I'm so very proud of you. So if you would still like to continue to send work to me, please do so, because I love seeing what you're doing. Okay, friends? Our new words all start with the letter C. So this first one is the word sense. Sense. And it has the soft C sound, the S sound. Sense. I can count 25 cents. Cents. All right. The next one is the word cold. Cold. And that has the hard C sound. K-k. Cold. Next we have city. City. This word is tricky. I have a problem. My own kids have a problem with this word as well. They always say kitty, but it's not kitty. It's city. We live in a city. Hamilton's a city. City. And this is what we are. We are a class. Class. So is that hard C or soft C? It's hard C, right? It has the k-k-k sound. Class. Then we have cake. Cake. I love chocolate cake. Cake. And it has the hard C sound, the k sound. And our last word is the word circle. Circle. And it has the soft C sound that starts with S. So these were our hard C words. cold, class, and cake. And these are our soft C words. Sense, city, and circle. Okay, friends? So, like always, I'd like you to be writing these words down. You can write them in a sentence. You can write them in a story. You can read them every day to your little brother or your stuffed animals, as long as you're practicing them. Okay, my friends? And then, as you're reading, or as you're out and you see signs or anything, try to see if you can spot some C words, some words that start with C, and then try them in both ways. Is it a hard C sound or is it a soft C sound? Okay? All right, I sent out your homework yesterday in the mail, so you should be receiving those probably on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. And it's pretty similar to what we've been doing, just some things are a little bit different. So for a lot of my friends, mainly my grade 1 friends, you had read and draw poems like this in your last packet, so I've just sent some new ones. I have a whole bunch of them. So we'll just continue with these for a couple more weeks. So there's 4 of them. So an example of this one, it says, the big jet was in the sky. A jet is like a really fast airplane. The little jet was not in the sky. So there's a big jet in the sky and there's a little jet not in the sky. The little jet was on the ground. So remember, we're trying to check your comprehension. So you're going to draw what you read. So you're going to draw a big jet in the sky and a little jet on the ground. The second one, let's see another example, says the boy had on a red hat. So you're going to draw a boy with a red hat. The girl had on a blue hat. The man had on a green hat. The baby did not have a hat. So it sounds like you're drawing a picture of a family and they all have hats on except for the babies. Okay? So that is for mainly grade 1 reading. For my grade 2 friends and some of my other friends, you are going to get a paper that looks like this. And it's kind of similar to this sheet, but it's a little bit different. This is checking your comprehension as well. So what you need to do is you need to read the little poem that they have, and then they have some questions for you to answer on this side. So it says, the fox ran past the tree. Then he ran by the pond. After that, the fox ran up the hill. When he was done running, the fox took a nap. So it's a little story. And then over on this side, there are some questions. And it says, where did he run first? So where did the fox run first? If you can't remember, like right now, I can't remember. So I'd have to go back and reread the poem because the answer is in the little story of the poem. So then I'd reread it. The fox ran past the tree. So where did he run first? He ran past the tree. Don't just write tree because that's not a full sentence. You need to write it in a full sentence. So you could say the fox ran past the tree, or you could just say he ran past the tree. Then it says, what did he do last? So you can go back and reread again. After that, the fox ran up the hill. So you would write again, the fox ran up the hill, or you would write he ran up the hill. So a full sentence, don't just write hill. And then down here it says draw a picture using details from the story. So you could draw a picture of the fox and maybe some of the places that he ran. Okay? Another example is this one. And it's another little story, and this one's about a bee. So it says, there is a bee over by the tree. The bee can buzz and fly. It likes to fly by the flowers. The bee likes red flowers the best. So then the questions say, where is the bee? So you'd have to go back and reread. So the first sentence says, the bee is over by the tree. So when it says, where is the bee? You would write, the bee is over by the tree, or he is over by the tree, or she. It doesn't say if it's a boy or a girl, so you could say she, or you could say it, okay? And then the next sentence question says, what does the bee like? So it told us at the end what the bee likes the most. It said the bee likes red flowers the best. So in a full sentence, you'd say the bee likes red flowers, or it likes red flowers. Okay, friends? And then it says draw a picture using details from the story. So you would draw a picture of the bee, maybe sitting on a red flower or over by the tree. Okay, loves? So this is for your reading activities. For writing, I thought we would continue with our little animal research projects, since some of you have been sending me pictures of what you're done, and it's fabulous. So I picked 2 new animals for this week. I have picked a alligator and a cheetah, both of them. So again, in your epic, there are 2 collections. There's one on alligators, there's one on cheetahs. All the information you need for your writing is in those books. And I think there's a couple videos as well, okay? So these are pictures for you to draw. Marilena did a really cool thing where she for her elephant, she colored her elephant, then she put it on a big piece of paper and drew kind of like trees in the background, so she kind of made it into a scene. Some of you are just cutting them out and putting them on top of the paper like we did in class. That's okay as well. Whatever you want to do with these, if you just want to color them, then that's what you can do. Okay, so cheetahs and alligators. And then same thing, the sheets are these ones. So this one's for the alligator. So you are going to do your research paper first, find out what the diet of an alligator, what the body looks like, what its habitat is. Remember, habitat is where it lives, and 2 facts about it. And then you're using the information from here, so that should be, even if you just put 1 for each and 2 for facts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's your 5 sentences right there, and you're using that information to write about your alligator. And then you have the same one for the cheetah. Okay, my friends? So that is your reading and that is your writing for this new homework packet. I'm just going to tidy up the board and then we'll get ready for math. Ta-da! All right, friends. So for math this week, we are learning something new again. This week we are going to learn probability. And I know that sounds like a really, really big word, but probability really isn't that big of a deal. And it's something that we use every single day without even knowing it, right? So what probability is the odds of something happening. So you might go to leave your house and you look out the window and you think, those are some really dark clouds up there, and it's a little bit gray, the sun's not really out. You might think, it might rain, should I bring my umbrella? Right there, in your head, you're already going through some odds, right? You'd say, what are the odds of it raining? Well, I know that the clouds are in the sky. I know that it's really dark. The weatherman said it might rain. I think the odds are pretty high, so I should probably bring an umbrella. Okay? So we're constantly doing probability in our head to try to figure out what decisions we're going to make for our day. We also use it in our imagination, right? If we're making a story. So if we want to say, what is something that is completely never going to happen? Well, I'm going to have a story about a pig who's going to fly and he's going to sprinkle magic fairy dust and turn everybody into frogs, right? It's impossible. That would never happen. So the odds of that happening, I would say, are impossible. So given that word, there are 4 words that we're going to focus on for probability. There's lots of different kind of words that you can say, slightly likely, more likely, but we're just going to stick with 4 just to keep it simple. So to start, we are going to start with the word certain. Certain means absolutely 100%. So the paper says when something will happen, it is certain that if you spin the spinner, you will land on blue. So if we're looking at this spinner, remember we do spinners in class and we put the paper clip and we flick it with the pencil and it spins around. So if you were to do that, it is certain that you will get a blue. And why is that? Yeah, because all of them are blue. There is no other option. So it's 100% that you will get a blue. So that is certain, 100%. So I am certain that the sun will come out tomorrow because the sun comes out every day. The next one is impossible. If something is impossible, it can never happen. So when something will not happen, it is impossible that you spin the when you spin the spinner, you will land on blue. So what color is here? Right, it's red. Everything is red. So if I spin a spinner, am I going to land on blue? No, it's impossible. There are no options to land on blue. So we have certain and we have impossible. The next one is the word likely. Likely means if we have certain and we have impossible and then we have the middle, say we have the middle line where it could go either way, likely is more towards certain. So it's kind of in between 50-50 and certain, right? It's more pointing towards certain. So when something, it'll probably happen. It is likely that if you spin the spinner, you will land on yellow. So if you're looking at these spinners, they do have 4 colors. They have yellow, red, green, and blue. But the blue's really tiny. The green is a little bit bigger. The red's even smaller than that. But half of the whole circle is yellow. So the odds are that you will land on yellow more than you would land on some of the other colors. So it's likely, probably, that you'll land on yellow. And the next one is the opposite. So if we had certain and impossible and we had our middle line and likely was closer to certain, unlikely would be closer to impossible. So unlikely when something will probably not happen. It's not impossible, but it probably won't happen. So if I said it's unlikely that it will snow today, it's not impossible. It has happened before that it snowed in May, but it's not likely to happen. So it is unlikely that the person who spins a spinner will land on pink. So if you look at this spinning wheel, you have a big section for green and then a bigger section for blue, smaller than the green, but still a bigger section. And then you have a big section for yellow. And then there's a tiny little sliver for pink. So it is there. It's possible for you to land on pink, but it's probably unlikely that you will land on pink. You will most likely land on one of these other ones, probably more towards green. Okay, friends? So those are our 4 words that we use for probability. We use likely, unlikely, certain, and impossible. So we're just going to do a little thing here where I'm going to give you some scenarios and we're going to determine where they go. So my first scenario is you will grow wings and fly away. What are the odds of us growing wings and flying away? It would be super cool, but I would say it's probably impossible since no humans have ever grown wings, right? So it is impossible that I will grow wings and fly away. The next one, you will have a good day. So my days are pretty good. I'm pretty happy. It's not certain. I wouldn't say it's certain that I'll have a good day because something could happen, but I would say it's likely, right? It's likely that I'll have a good day. I get to talk to you today, so that makes it a good day. All right, so the next one. You will see a rainbow today. So it's not impossible that I wouldn't see a rainbow. It's not certain because rainbows are quite rare. So I would say it's probably unlikely that I would see a rainbow today, unless it might rain today. So we'll see. We could see a rainbow, but it's probably unlikely. On a general day, it's usually unlikely that you would see a rainbow, though they are very pretty. Okay, the next one. It will be 12 o'clock at some point today. So we know that the time never changes. Time stays. It goes, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It all goes, every single day is the same thing. So it will be 12 o'clock at some point today. That is a certain. It will be 12 o'clock at some point today. Always. Every day it'll be 12 o'clock at some time. So I'm going to say that one is certain. Let's see. You will have pizza for dinner tonight. For me, we usually do pizza in my family on Saturdays. So I'm going to say for me, it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to have pizza tonight because we always have pizza on Saturdays and today's Friday. So I'm going to put that unlikely. It's not impossible. My kids could say, Mom, can we have pizza today instead of tomorrow? And then maybe I'll say yes. So it's not impossible and it's not certain because usually I don't have them on Fridays. And it's not likely because I plan on making it tomorrow. So I would say it's probably unlikely that I will have pizza tonight. For some of you, that might be different. Maybe you are having pizza tonight and that would have been certain or impossible or likely. Maybe your mom doesn't let you eat pizza at all and then that would be impossible. Or maybe your mom lets you have pizza every day and that would be certain. Okay? So I'm just doing these answers for me, for some of these answers for me. So the ocean will turn into Jell-O. How cool would that be? It's never going to happen though. It would be awesome and delicious, but it would never happen. The ocean will never turn into Jell-O. So that one would be impossible, right? Okay, let's see what else we have. You will have a birthday this year. Do we all have birthdays every year? Yes, we do. So if it's 100% that it will happen, which one does it go under? It goes under certain. So it is certain that we will all have a birthday this year. The next one. You will have a bath or shower today. I hope so. For me, Miss Herman takes a bath every day. So I'm going to put that one under certain for me, because Miss Herman usually takes, well, I guess if I say usually, I guess there could be a time when I wouldn't take a bath every day. So maybe that should go under likely. I'll put that one under likely. Even though I usually have a bath every single day, I'll put it under likely, because there could be a day when I just decide not to have a bath or shower. Hopefully not. Okay, the next one. You will be at school tomorrow. This one is unique to us right now because we're in COVID and we're all in isolation at home. If we were doing this at school and it was, say, a Tuesday, then this answer would be certain or likely, right? So like maybe you're sick overnight and you can't come to school, but normally Monday to Friday we'd be in school. If it was a Friday and we were in school and it said you will be in school tomorrow, do we come to school on the weekends? No. So the answer would be impossible because we never go to school on the weekends. Okay? So we're going to say, based on COVID time, based on the fact that we're not in school these days, I'm going to say that this would be impossible. So this scenario would change if we were in a classroom, depending on the days of the week. But for our situation right now, we will not be in school tomorrow, sadly, and tomorrow Saturday, so we wouldn't be in school tomorrow anyway. So that one would be impossible. Our next one. The sun will fall out of the sky. Is the sun going to fall out of the sky? I hope not. I'm pretty sure that that one would be impossible too. I don't think that sun has ever fallen out of the sky. It's been up there for millions and millions of years. I don't think it's going anywhere. Not anytime soon. And the next one. It will get dark tonight. Does it get dark every night? It does. So I'm going to say that that one is a certain. Certain. Though, you know what? There are parts of the world where, depending on the time of the year, they don't get any darkness. So if you go up to the northern part of Canada, and then the daylight has been extended because they're closer to the sun at that time of the year, they have 24-hour sunlight. So they don't get any darkness. And then there are times of the year when they have 24-hour darkness, so they wouldn't get any sunlight. So if we were doing this survey up there, their answers would be a lot different than our answers down here. But where we are in Hamilton, it always gets dark every night. The sun always comes up in the morning and it always gets dark every night. So for us, that would be a certain. It will get dark tonight. And my last one that I have, you will laugh today. I don't know about you, but I've probably already laughed about 100 times today. Miss Herman's always laughing. So I'm going to say, it's not certain, because I might have a bad day one day and not feel like laughing, but it's likely that Miss Herman will laugh today. I'm pretty goofy. So I'm going to put that one there. And those, my friends, are how we categorize probability. So we categorize it into 4 sections. Let's just do a quick review of those. They are certain. So certain is 100%. It's going to happen every single time. Like it will be dark tonight. Unlikely is it probably won't happen. So for something for unlikely, we probably won't see a rainbow today. Then we have likely, which is it probably will happen. So you will have a good day. I probably will have a good day. And the last one is impossible. So it is impossible that the ocean will turn into jello. Okay? So for our homework this week, I have some probability sheets that I'm sending home. If we were going to do probability in class, there would be centers set up. So a lot of the times the centers would be putting different kinds of cutouts into a jar. There's an activity we have where you have like paper that look like jars, and then I give you these bugs. So there's bees and there's bugs and all different kinds of things. And I say, what is the probability that you will see an ant? Or make sure that the probability is certain that you will see an ant. So you would just put ant pictures inside the jar. And then there's lots of chart paper and there's lots of centers and stuff to do. Probability is a very hands-on unit. So it's a little bit difficult for me to send work home for you because you're not in the classroom and it's hard to kind of control. So again, the activities I'm sending you are quite easy, but I do need to just make sure that you understand what you're doing. Okay, friends? So if you're doing this and saying, Miss Herman, this is way too easy for me, that's okay. That means you understand it. Okay, so you're going to get a worksheet that looks like this. And it says, how likely? So how likely are you that something's going to happen? So you look at the thing and it says, look at the picture and answer the questions. So it has this. You might want to, no, don't do that because I think it has a question down here. So you see this little fish bowl and it's got different kinds of fish and there's similar fish. See, these ones are similar. And then there's different fish. And it says, the first question says, circle the fish you are more likely to catch. So if you went fishing, which ones are you more likely to catch? This fish or the one with the long tail? And the way you would figure that out is you would count them. So for the one with the long tail, there is 1, 2, there's 3 of them. And for the other fish, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 3 of one and 6 of the other. Which one are you more likely to catch? And then the answer would be this one because there's more of them. So you'd be more likely to catch them. The next one, circle the fish you are less likely to catch. So remembering you're using the words more and less. So more means more of something and less means a smaller amount or less numbers. So are you more likely to get this one or this one? So for this one here, let's see, he's got a cute little pudgy face. There's only one of that little guy. So there's only one of this guy. And for this guy here, there's 1, 2. So you are less likely, remember it's less, you are less likely to catch the one where there's only one of them. Okay, does that make sense? More likely is a bigger number, less likely is a smaller number. Down here it says circle the fish it is impossible to catch. So remember, impossible means it is not there. It's not a possibility. So is it impossible to catch this little friend with my pudgy little face? Or is it impossible to catch a dolphin? There are no dolphins up here. So it is impossible to catch a dolphin. And the last one, it says, color the fish you are most likely to catch red. So we determined that this one here was the most likely because there was 6 of them. So you're going to color all of those ones red. Then the rest of the sentence says, color the fish you are least likely to catch blue. So the least likely one was this little friend with the pudgy face. So you're going to color him blue. So you'll have 6 red fish and you'll have 1 blue fish. Okay, so that's how you do that one. The next activity is just dealing with the words more or less. So we know that more means more and less means less. So it says directions. In each box, color the objects you are more likely to pick red, less likely to pick blue. So you're looking at this. So you're going to count them. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 sailboats and 3 planes. So there are more sailboats. So the more you're going to color red. So you'll color all the sailboats red and then all of the planes blue. For this one, there are more carrots than apples. So you'll color the carrots red and the apples blue. This one, there are more balloons than kites. There's only 1 kite. So the balloons will be red and the kites will be blue. And then same thing for this one. There are 3 cakes and there are 2 muffins or cupcakes. So you will color the cakes red and the cupcakes blue. Okay, guys? The last 2 activities, there are 2 of them. These activities might be a little tricky for you, but I thought they would be fun and it's something that we would try to do in class. So I'm going to send everybody, in your homework package, you have a paper clip. And remember when we did, I don't have a paper clip here to show you, but remember we had the paper clip and then we would put the pencil in the middle of the paper clip and then flick it. So you're going to put the pencil, so you're going to put your paper clip here, this is your spinner, put the pencil in the middle, flick it to see which one it lands on. And it says for each, so this is game 1, game 2. So it says spin it 20 times. So you're going to put your pencil with your paper clip on this one and flick it. And you're going to do it 20 times and then you're going to tally it. Remember, tally marks are the ticks. And after, for the fifth one, you put a line. So you'll spin it and then you're going to tick, tick, tick until you do it 20 times. And then after the 20 times, you're going to circle the one, write the answers here, and circle the one. Which one? But if you look at this thing, they're all equal sizes. So your likelihood of getting any of them would kind of be the same because not one of them is bigger than the other one. If you look at the bottom one, the spinner is a lot different. For this, look how big the frog section is and how small the fish and the crab sections are. So you're probably more likely to get frogs. So I wouldn't be surprised if you win this time with frogs on this game. So same thing, you're gonna put your pencil with your paperclip and flick it 20 times and tally the marks and then write down the answers. So you're doing two different games, okay? And then on the second page, it's the exact same thing, just with different spinners. So you're gonna have 4 different games that you can do with your paperclip that you're gonna flick on your pencil and then see, and you have to tally it 20 times. So same thing with this one. If you look at this spinner, they're all equal. So the chances of getting any 4 of those animals are pretty much the same. So then it would just be odds, whatever one it lands on. And then this one, they're not equal. So there's a bigger section for the elephant. So it's likely that the elephant would get more, it would land more on the elephant than it would the other animals. Okay, so those are just 2 pages with 4 little games that you can practice some probability of what are the odds. And you know what, you could even, after you finish it, you could erase them all and do it again, and your numbers will probably be different the second time because probability is all just kind of like a guessing game. Okay guys, so that is math for the week. Hopefully not too hard. Again, if you ever have any questions, please just give me a call or send me an email and Miss Herman can call you or I can help you. Okay guys? So to end our lesson, we are going to read another chapter from Miss Junie B. Jones. And the last time we saw her, remember she pulled her dog into her room and she was cutting his hair. So this chapter is called The Trouble with Tickle. Tickle is her dog. Tickle did not turn out that professional. His fur was choppy and moppish. Plus, his tail was a teeny stubby. I tried to push him under the bed, but he wouldn't go. Yeah, only you have to go under there, Tickle, or else Mommy and Daddy will see your fur and I will be in trouble. Just then I heard feet walking in the hall. Oh no. It was Mother. She was home from work. I runned real fast. Hide, Tickle, hide, hide, I said. Just then I put my fuzzy pink sweater and I put it on top of him and I stuck my hat on top of him as well. All of a sudden, Mother opened my door. I backed up from her. Hello, I said, kind of nervous. How are you doing? I am fine. Plus, Tickle's fine too. I did a gulp. He's wearing clothes, apparently, I said. Just then, Mother walked to Tickle real slow, and she took off his hat. This is how come I quick runned out of my room and down the hall and outside into the yard. 'Cause I didn't want to be there when that sweater came off, of course. Mother chased me all over the yard. That woman is speedier than she looks. She caught me by my arm and marched me into the house. After that, she sat me in a chair and she said, "My goose is cooked, young lady." Goose is cooked means that your goose is in big trouble. Only I don't actually have a goose. Only that was not the time to mention it, probably. Just then, my daddy came home from work. Mother tattletaled to him about Tickle. Then both of them hollered a lecture at me. It was called, "What in the world has gotten into me, young lady? Do I not even have any good sense? And do they have to watch me every single minute?" After they finished yelling, Mother put me in my room and she took away my scissors forever. And here's the worstest part of all. After dinner, I had to take a bath and go right back to bed. Mother kissed me on my cheek. It was not that sincere. Yeah, only I'm not even tired yet, I said, and so maybe I should watch Wheel of Fortune, perhaps. Mother shook her head. No way. No TV, she said. If you're not tired, you can lie here and think about what you did today. After that, she shut my door and walked away. I did a huffy breath at her. Yeah, only I don't even have to think about what I did today, because I already thinked about it. That's why, I whispered to just myself. Then I did a teensy smile. And guess what else? I think I am making progress. So she thinks she's getting better at cutting hair. All right, friends, that is the end of chapter 6, and that is the end of our lesson for the week. I hope you guys are doing awesome and that you are happy and you're healthy and that you're having fun at home with your families. I miss you very, very, very much. And I will see you on Monday for our guest teachers. Okay, guys? See you later. Bye.